Hello, Railers fans. Cam McGuire here with you for another installment of our Railers Roundup as we begin to round up the 2020-21 Worcester Railers. And a pair of brothers are joining the squad. As we mentioned, I'm pleased to be joined with now Kenny Hausinger. And Kenny, the sun's shining in Alaska where you're at. Kind of tell us what you've been up to and how's the off season been going?
Yeah, couldn't ask for better weather today. 70 and sunny here in Alaska. I know that doesn't seem hot to many, but here the sun hits a little harder. So off season's been good. Obviously, been longer than most of us would have wanted or expected, but been keeping busy working with my dad. He's a self-contractor, so just kind of been helping him out with the little things that I could do at least to help him. So that's pretty much what my summers consisted of. A lot of golf and obviously the summer training aspect of it, skating and working out, and just trying to stay busy during these times.
We mentioned Anchorage, Alaska, but no stranger to the state of Massachusetts. You spent the last 4 years at UMass-Lowell, and we're having a great senior year individually as well as your guys' team. And with everything that went on, obviously things were cut short. But kind of just talk about your 4 years being a Riverhawk.
Yeah, from freshman year to senior year, I could definitely say that I've grown a lot as not only a player, but as a person. We had a really good first year there when I was there, being able to win Hockey East. And 2 years after that weren't as successful as a team, but I still was able to continue to grow individually and work on the things that I needed to work on to develop my game to eventually turn it into pro hockey, which I'm excited to get the chance to do. And like you mentioned, my senior year, we had a really good team. I believe we were ranked in the top 10 there coming down the stretch into playoffs. And for me personally, I was able to put up some good numbers and stay healthy for most of the year. So that always helps when you're on the ice. And obviously my teammates were a big part of that too. We had a solid netminder, and I was surrounded by good players to kind of make it happen.
And 39 goals, 79 points in your 4 years. What can fans expect to see when they see you on the ice?
Yeah, I think that I bring it all. I can penalty kill. I can play power play. I think my strengths lie in my playmaking skills and my goal scoring skills. I like to be around the net and kind of score those goals. And I can also play gritty, though. I can mix it up. I can battle in the corners. I like to play physical. I think it brings out the best in my game and kind of gives me that energy to kind of keep skating around the ice.
Well, I had a chance to speak with your younger brother a little earlier in Cam Hausinger, and a 4-year difference between you guys, but kind of talk about you guys have never played on a team together, and he's really excited to get on the ice with you, and I'm sure you're the same way.
Yeah, it kind of just worked out perfectly where we kind of just got this great opportunity to come play in Worcester, and just something that we couldn't turn down to do. Obviously, growing up, it was always – we used to play street hockey and stuff together, but and maybe like a little on the pond. But other than that, I never really got to spend any time in real competitive games playing with each other because of the age difference that you mentioned. But here we are. Getting a chance to do it, so we're really excited. Wasn't an end all be all if we didn't get to play together, but like I said, the opportunity that came with it, and we had really good talks with Cunny, and just really loved what he had to say about everything that he's doing there, and the organization is obviously top notch with owners and everything in that aspect. So it was something that we couldn't turn down, and playing together had always been something that was kind of a dream for us. We didn't know if it ever happened, but it kind of turned out where both of us were aging out of our respective leagues, and this was a perfect opportunity to kind of link up and get the chance to do that.
Well, Kenny, I want to ask you about being a sort of a traveling man. Obviously, out in Anchorage, Alaska right now, so about 5,000 miles, give or take, away from Massachusetts, but obviously
Right.
4 years in Massachusetts. You've spent time in Iowa, Wisconsin, pretty comparable states. You've also spent time all the way down in Texas. Kind of talk about you growing up as a hockey player and kind of getting to travel the world and see so many different places.
Yeah, that was one of the best things about being a hockey player out of Alaska. There's not much exposure here, as you guys could probably come up with yourself. So being able just getting out at a young age to get that exposure. Once we knew that that's what we wanted to do was play hockey, and that's what we had our goals set to be, is for me was to play Division I hockey and then hopefully be good enough to play pro after that. We knew that we had to get out of here at a somewhat younger age to kind of get that exposure. And like you mentioned, been pretty much all around the world, from West Coast to East Coast, and a little bit in the South there in Texas. And every place has been different and unique to what each of them had to offer. All had a little bit of a culture change from place to place, especially being from Alaska. Going to that first place, I remember being like, wow, this is a lot different than being at home in Alaska. So, but after a couple years doing that, it really got easy for me. Just being able to accustom myself to wherever I was going to be at. It was, although I was far from home, just doing it for such a long time and starting it at such a young age, it almost became to be easy for me, so to speak. So that transition for me from place to place just became easier and easier as it went on.
Well, we know you're a working man, so we'll ask you one more and then get you on your way and get you back working. But let's look off the ice for a second. When fans are kind of walking by Kenny Hausinger and see Kenny out in the community, what's one thing that fans might not get by watching you play hockey that you'd like them to know?
I mean, I think it's easy to say, being from Anchorage, Alaska, love to fish. Probably other than hockey, well, hockey wouldn't necessarily be a hobby, but fish. Recently just got into golfing. I used to part, but being from Alaska, fishing is huge here. So that's one thing. If anyone ever wants to talk about that, I'm pretty knowledgeable when it comes to that, and I enjoy talking about it.
Well, when you guys get here out in Worcester, I think we got a video content piece all over it. The brothers fishing duel.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think Cam might have me beat there just because he was fortunate enough to work on a charter boat last summer. But I would give him a run for his money. I would definitely try my best.
All right, we'll have to pencil that in. But enjoy the rest of the summer in Alaska, and we'll see you once you get to Worcester, and we look forward to having you.
Perfect. Thanks for having me again, and nice chatting with you.